movies and ice cream, mini musicians, and getting a clue. All this and more as the Stafford Weekly News starts now. Welcome to the Friday, July 26th edition of the Stafford Weekly News. I'm Randall Williams. It's definitely summer, which in the good old days meant family movie nights and ice cream socials. In Stafford, it's the good old days again. This sort of looks like a movie theater, but it's not. It's the Stafford Civic Center.
Super excited. The Parks Committee is putting on the first annual Stafford Movie Night here at the Civic Center. This is really a collaboration between different departments. Of course, the multimedia department has helped us to promote this event, creating a flyer to send out in social media and to get out to the community. The Parks Committee has organized this event. All the members, I want to give them a shout out for their hard work and diligence in making this happen. Also, even the Recreation Department has donated some concessions for us to sell. So we feel really fortunate that the city has collaborated, come together, to have this wonderful event, especially after Hurricane Beryl. It's been a traumatic event and stressful for our families and for members of the community to be able to come out, get some good AC, come together, watch a movie, eat some popcorn. It's a good thing.
So folks presume you're just streaming Netflix through a projector.
No, it's definitely not the case. All of the big movie producing companies, they have very strict trademark rules. When you do a streaming service, that gives you permission to watch it in your individual home, private screening. Same thing when you buy a DVD, that's private screening. To do a public screening like this, you have to purchase the rights. And for this particular film that we've purchased, Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, it was $375. So we found a company, they were willing to sell us the rights, and it's for one showing only. So it's not cheap, and that's why the sale of concessions is helpful to offset this cost, because the budget for the Parks Committee for an entire year for all the events that we've been trying to have is only $1,000. So we're trying to pinch every penny and make it work.
Speaking of refreshments, just a few days later at Fountain Lake Park, this idyllic scene.
So today, Southern Ice Cream is partnering with the City of Stafford Parks Committee so that we can bring community outreach. Today is actually National Ice Cream Day. So we thought it would be a fun community event to come out and hand out free ice cream in honor of National Ice Cream Day and just get everybody out and about and together to bring about community spirit.
Okay. Thank you.
For Stafford Weekly News, this is Randall Williams. Yes, there is still school going on at SMSD. And that means summer programs, like the recent Jack and the Beanstalk hip-hop remix.
Son, I want you to know I've always been proud of you as my son. But I just wanted you to listen to me as your mother. That's all I was trying to talk to you about today. Jack and the Beanstalk Hip Hop is a twist on the well-known nursery rhyme, understanding that listening to your parents is the way for you to grow. We tell it in a new way. I play the mother. We also have Nellie the cow. We also have Jack, and we also have, of course, the giant and the old traveler narrating our story along. And the children get to have an interactive experience. It's so fun. They understand because when Jack was down, they had to say, "What? We got your back, Jack." Now tell me, how are we supposed to eat? What were you thinking? You wasn't thinking at all. You had a chance to score the point, then you dropped the ball. I passed you the ball and you let a thief take it. You want me to smile, but I really can't fake. What were you thinking? You wasn't thinking at all. You had a chance to score the point, then you dropped the ball.
Today we had an amazing performance from Jack and the Beanstalk. They came to visit us at ECC. The kids enjoyed it. We had an amazing performance. They sang with them, they rapped, and we had a whole meaning behind the story. And the kids were able to participate with the actors. They were up, they were dancing, they were singing.
Not another word, not another syllable, just go to bed, Jackson, with no supper.
This production was made possible by the ADSY grant through Stafford Elementary School. And we want to give a shout out to Miss Maribel Albrecht for bringing us out. The kids were so excited today. They had an amazing time. This show is designed to have an interactive side to it where the kids can join in. They can support Jack. The message is we need friends to support us, and so we get the kids to start supporting Jack from the very beginning. The other message is listening to your parents and obeying them. And in the story, Jack disobeys his mom three times, and everything done in sequence, right? Threes, that's too many times to disobey your mom. And so he learns then that obedience is probably the only magic he needed besides, magic beans and beanstalks. We had a really good time today. This is a really, really great program. It's been going on for about a year now, and we're continuing to tour Jack and the Beanstalk Hip Hop all over Texas.
SMSD in the summer is not all about book learning. Students also got a bracing shot of music, culture, and history thanks to the Pan-African Passport.
So today we're at Stafford Elementary School performing our Pan-African Passport for the students. It's basically a journey that starts in South Africa. We do a couple of South African dances. We talk about the Tswana tribe, the Zulu tribe. We give them some language in Zulu. And then we travel up to West Africa and we talk about the Guinea people, and we do a dance called Sofa. And then we come into the Caribbean and we go to Puerto Rico and we talk about Bomba y Plena y Hibaro. And we also come into America and we do a hip hop dance that is based in New York. So we do a lot of top rocking, and we give the children a chance to come up and perform with us. So they learn some dance moves, they learn some drum rhythms, they learn some language, and they have a good time. And usually our performers are really wild and crazy, so they give the kids a good show. So Pan-African, that phrase describes a worldview that describes any person of African descent, so people of melanated skin tones, whatever the range of the shade of their skin color and all over the globe. So as a dance company, we came up with this Pan-African Passport program as a means to educate students and adults alike across Houston and across the state of Texas about dances that originate in Africa, as well as how those dances and rhythms have translated across the world, really, through the transatlantic slave trade and over time. In South Africa, we practice dances called Tswana and Zulu, which are actually two different tribes, and they're very old school dances that have been around for centuries, that have been passed down generation after generation for those of us to learn, to share, and to have fun with in celebration. In West Africa, we travel to Guinea, sometimes to Mali as well, depending on what we feel like mixing in. We take it up to the United States with hip hop, which a lot of us know already, but hip hop also comes out of struggle with African Americans, where we've taken sounds like jazz and R&B, added rhythms to them in order to express ourselves artistically. And of course, we know adding those lyrics with rap and dances through b-boy and b-girl moves. So for us, representing all these different regions of the world allows people to enjoy the beauty of dance, the rhythms, the music, and to have a good time with us on our Pan-African passport.
School of Rock, next.
In Stafford, diversity is not just a number, it's who we are.
When you are here, you become part of the story.
You can sleep well knowing we're always on the job and looking out for you.
It's a great place for growth and opportunity.
Tradition starts here.
We teach your children and we stick around for your grandchildren.
We are one, we are Stafford.
This is the city of Stafford, and we are one.
Did you know that every summer the HCC Stafford campus plays host to a music camp for kids? They just had their concert and brought down the house. If you were at Stafford's Fine Arts Center early Friday morning, you were in for a treat. The closing concert for the Faith to Form Music Foundation's summer camp.
Well, we started it 5 years ago as a 501c3 public charitable nonprofit organization. And along with that, we are educational in our programs and format, and also a performing arts organization. So we decided to do something that was well-rounded to be able to work with students in different school districts. So we work with Fort Bend ISD schools, with Lamar Consolidated School District, and now recently with Stafford Municipal School District. So the word is getting around about F2F, and we have different programs. Our Instrument Fund program, which is our flagship program, and we do that in order to provide instruments to students who are underserved areas, disadvantaged students that want to play an instrument but don't have the means to be able to sustain the investment of buying an instrument. We go out to corporations, businesses, philanthropic organizations, and try to raise money to buy instruments for these students. And then those students can participate in the rest of our programs, the clinics and workshops program, the F2F Music Summer Camp, which is what we're here doing today. And hopefully we can launch a couple other programs, one of which is the Music Concerts and Festivals program. And then we also have lined up to do an international music program, so we'd be able to get a group of maybe 10 kids or so to travel with us overseas and learn different cultures and how American music intertwines with other cultures in different countries and that type of music. Yeah, we were all scheduled to do our normal 2-week program for our music summer camp. Hurricane Beryl came barreling in and pretty much wiped power out throughout the entire city. So we weren't able to do our first week of camp because the facility that we use here at the Fine Arts Center didn't have power, just as a lot of homes in the area as well. But we received word that power was restored, and we were able to start the second week program, which started on this past Tuesday and ended today on Friday. But we were able to accomplish all of our programs and to get some of the presenters that we had scheduled to do presentations for the kids, so that we can also incorporate STEM activity within the programs as we normally do with our summer camp. And it evolved into a wonderful program today, so I'm very happy and excited about that. If you want more information, you can follow us on our social media channels. We are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, known as X now. And we also have our own website, which is f2fmusicfoundation.org. And on that website, there's a whole lot of information there. Feel free to visit and spend as much time as you like. And if you'd like to reach out to us by email, you can reach us at info@f2, F as in Frank, musicfoundation.org.
For HCC Beat, this is Randall Williams. On the case, next.
You can try, but you won't find another city like Stafford, Texas.
Serving our community just like you like it.
Taking care of you and your home since 1945.
We believe in STEM to learn and STEM to earn.
We're heading into college certified and career ready.
As a former student of Stafford, I take pride in keeping our classrooms safe.
We are Stafford, we are one.
Thanks to shows like CSI, we know all about a criminalist's life. But wait just a minute. This week's A Day in the Life gives us the real deal with one of Stafford PD's criminalists.
My name is Amir Mitchell. I am a criminalist with the Stafford Police Department. Welcome to A Day in the Life of a Criminalist. So it just depends on the day. Sometimes we have scenes that we need to run, death investigations, aggravated assault, sexual assaults. Sometimes we have evidence that needs to be ran to the lab, taken to Texas Department of Public Safety, taken to Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences, bio evidence, sexual assault evidence, firearm evidence, knives, any things of that nature. We do latent print processing. We do super glue fuming processing. If we need to process a firearm, if we need to swab it for possible blood DNA, possible saliva, possible contact DNA, then we'll do that. We complete detective requests, any request that a detective may have. We complete district attorney requests. We send out digital media links, or we will burn digital media to a disk for them to review at a later time. So this is our property room. This is where we store all of our property. We have miscellaneous property all over the room. We just got this new fridge actually a few weeks ago. It contains all of our cold storage, anything that we need to send to the DPS lab, anything that needs to stay cold according to the law, it kind of stays in that area. And as you follow back here, we have more things. We have shelves and a bunch of storage. We have CDs and drugs, narcotics, we have jewelry, we have firearms, we have miscellaneous items from all different kind of crimes. Behind this door, we have our narcotics. We have all different kinds of narcotics from different kinds of scenes that we have, and by law, the narcotics have to be stored in a central location with its own ventilation because we don't want the smell of the narcotics leading into the PD, so that kind of filters out in its own way. Over here, we have our firearms. This is a firearm cage that is locked at all times, and only myself and my partner know the code to get inside of this cage for the firearms if need be. We also have another area where we store firearms as well, because this is very full, as you can see. So we need more space and stuff for that. And then right here, this is full as well, and this is why we got a new refrigerator, because as you can see, it's pretty much full. But inside of here are DWI blood kits, sexual assault kits, possible blood DNA swabs, possible contact or saliva DNA swabs, buccal swabs, and things of that nature. Anything that needs to stay cold will remain in that refrigerator. Anything that needs to go to the DPS crime laboratory will be in that refrigerator until it is sent off, and then once it is brought back, it'll be put back in that refrigerator. Every scene is different. Even if I go to two quote unquote identical overdoses. They could be different. They could stem from different things. So it's not a mundane working environment. It also aids me in utilizing my critical thinking skills. So I'm not just going in like going with the flow, and it's not just a repetitive, continuous, mundane again work environment where I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Each scene needs to be treated differently, even if the scene or the offense is the same. Coming here, we have our lab. It's not the cleanest right now, but this is where we kind of process evidence. Right here, we have our latent print hood where we can process for latent prints. Next to that, we have another hood where we can process for other things as well. And then next to that, we have our super glue fuming chamber where we can put evidence on the inside of it. We can use this little tin piece right here, and we drop about a dime size of super glue or glue. We actually use Gorilla Glue, and we put it inside of here. We set it inside of this super glue fuming chamber, and it adheres to the fingerprints that are on the evidence, and if it can't be seen by the naked eye, then we'll process it for prints, or we'll put it in here, and what it'll do is it'll bring out the fingerprint that is on the evidence. This job is very objective and factual based. There's no subjectivity involved in it, at least it shouldn't be. So just being as objective as possible and as factual as possible. We use a term, it's called in situ. So that means that in the way that you found it, and that's how we take our photography when we first step into the scene. We take it in the way that it was found. We don't want to manipulate anything, and that goes on along with the rest of the investigation and the process, not manipulating anything. And just the rewards behind it is serving justice and giving the victim what they need and giving the suspect what they deserve. The emotional and mental stability that you need to do the job, the fortitude that you need to do the job and that is required of this job. Anything that we see on a scene, majority of the population, majority of society won't see throughout their whole life. You just have to be really strong mentally. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great rest of the day.
So that's a wrap on our news for this week. Thank you for joining us. For everyone here at Stafford Weekly News, I'm Randall Williams. May all your news be good news.
This program was produced on the Stafford campus of Houston Community College.